Blue skies here, but of course, Chief Meteorologist Natasha Stenbock has been talking about some potential snow getting a little lower this weekend.
Yes, Twitter is off the charts right now. Just gotta say, everyone is absolutely crazy about the chance to maybe see a few snowflakes here.
It's always a big deal.
In Portland, yeah. Especially if you live on a steep hill and you have to park at the top of the hill and walk down to your house anytime there's even a hint of a snowflake coming through. I totally get it. But for those of you who are going to be traveling beyond our city limits, also have some weather updates for you that you will want to pay attention to. So let's just dive right into it and talk about your snow totals. Now, of course, there are many model outcomes, and you can go eeny, meeny, miny, moe and pick one. So I think that some of these totals that I'm about to show you might be on the higher end. So I'm going to just back off from these totals a little bit in terms of what my opinion is, what I think is going to happen. So let's start with tomorrow. Tomorrow, about 7 o'clock at night, we're seeing a little evidence of some of that snow coming through as we turn that rain over to snow with those colder temperatures. But this system is going to be coming up from the southwest. So as we look at the valley, I don't believe that Eugene, at least on the valley floor along I-5, is going to be seeing any snow. You might see some flakes falling, but accumulations seem kind of doubtful at this point. As we go up north towards Salem and Portland getting anything to measure, everything will have to happen just right. I think we'll likely see some snowflakes, but getting it to actually accumulate, you might see in that hour or 2 hour time period where it's actually falling, you might get brief accumulations, but I don't see that sticking around for your Sunday afternoon. If you're hoping for a snowy delight, I just don't think that's going to happen. Seems to be more likely, though, of course, if you go into the Cascades, the foothills, and also into the gorge. In fact, in the gorge, we might be seeing some tricky driving going on. Early Sunday morning, we might be looking at accumulations anywhere from perhaps a ½ inch to an inch or more. Now, let's take a look at that forecast in the big picture. There's that area of low pressure coming up from the southwest. A lot of snow being produced for Northern California, which is why there's a winter storm warning starting tomorrow morning for the Siskiyous, again, right around Mount Shasta along I-5. They could see anywhere from 8 to even 13 inches of snow in a 24-hour time period. For us, we're not seeing that kind of snow accumulation happening. For us, here we are. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, again, keeping Eugene wet, but not snowy. And we'll see those showers kind of dwindle as we get on through the latter part of the evening, but proximity to the gorge where we have those offshore winds happening, this is when we're looking at a critical time period, early Sunday morning, seeing some of that rain turn over to snow. But yes, still the possibility we might even see some freezing rain for some parts of the gorge too. So we'll keep our eye on that closely. As we get to Sunday evening, a few showers left over at the coast. Not much happening though for the rest of the state. And there are your warnings, watches, advisories, also expecting some pretty strong winds, not only for us at the west end of the gorge with gusts anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour, but also at the south end of the state. As you're heading along I-5, there's a wind advisory. That'll be for Jackson County starting tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock. And again, just watch for especially areas of blowing snow. KALAMA right now, 28 degrees. So temperatures you felt this morning will likely be a repeat again tomorrow morning. Take a look at that morning lows from this morning. We were in the single digits in Central Oregon, and we were down to 20 in Salem and 26 in Portland. For tomorrow morning, you'll return to the low to mid-20s, and by the time we reach tomorrow midday, your temperatures with a little bit of that wind chill will feel more like 35 degrees in Portland. So looking at that 7-day, when will we see a warm up? When will we get away from these temperatures in the 20s? I expect that that'll happen by the time we get to the middle of next week with daytime highs getting closer to 50 degrees by then.
Yeah, after a couple of these chilly nights, I think 50 degrees is feeling kind of warm.
Well, get the bathing suit out and the shorts and the sandals.
Maybe not that much.
Well, maybe not.
All right, thanks, Natasha.